Welcome to the Pecha Kucha for Tim Stubbs Hughes. During this presentation, I'm going to reflect on the direction, influences and concepts within and upon my work, drawing on a number of practitioners and philosophies that are important to me in my photography and theatre practice. In a trunk of more than 25,000 pages of manuscript discovered after he died were writings by nearly 80 people or heteronyms created in Pessoa's lifetime. Through him, many voices wrote, argued and created individual work. My first project is entitled Remembrance of Daydreams and is the examination of memory, space and objects from my childhood. The places in which we have experienced daydreaming reconstitute themselves in a new daydream. The second project is called Pessoa, Myself, I. This began as a physical multimedia exhibition consisting of portraits from the 1980s and 90s and street photography I was producing around in 2017. Seeking to connect the past to the present, I wanted to examine concepts of self. This has transformed into a performance. In a recent webinar, I was asked, why am I using photography to explore my ideas within what seems to be a multidisciplinary piece? I wrote about the feeling of waiting and how we do this in our lives. I trained as an actor in Manchester in the late 1980s and was introduced to philosophies and methodologies of creating presence within the performer on stage and the communion of the performance with the audience. Pessoa wrote through heteronyms, complete characters who created and wrote through him. These were literary alter egos that had differing views on big subjects: life, death, modern tedium, and the conflict between rational thought and human emotions. Keith Carter's work is described as making photographs that address the relationship we have to our ideas of place, time, memory, desire, and regret. Of Sophie Calle, Becky Hunter describes her work redefines what it means to be an artist as not only one who creates, but also one who understands that life in itself is the greatest form of art. The work of practitioners like Carter and Calle embodies vulnerability, personal identity, and intimacy that is often created over long periods of time, documented and analysed. The day before Pessoa died, he wrote down on a piece of paper, "I know not what tomorrow may bring. I am seeking to develop my work in various formats, from a performance to photographs, and then the combination of them both." The poet and educator Jim Moore speaks of his wife and photographer Joanne Verberg photographing him as her practicing for the day of his death. That through the examination of my past, my memories and ideas of self and concept, I am imagining my own transformation. In theatre, as each performance ends, the actor's characters pass away until the next performance. On the 7th of September 2019, my father-in-law passed away. Through the final year, I documented various moments, while not fully understanding at the time why I wanted to record them. I have found their importance to me and my process to be increasing in resonance. My photography is about capturing something unplanned. There may be thought and planning before, but what I believe I am looking for is a meaning or resonance within the moment that speaks beyond the physical description of what one is looking at. It is a feeling that there is something just outside of your vision, that the moment you are looking at speaks of a before and after. Psychoanalyst Jessica Benjamin writes about the self being formed through what you say about yourself and what others say about you. I seek to comprehend, define and express a truth. My photography is about change. In Beckett's play Waiting for Godot, there is a moment when change happens. Momentary and fleeting, but it resonates within them and therefore within the audience. The philosopher Willem Flusser talks about breaking the controls of the camera's back box as a necessity within photography practice. The direction of my work is about seeking to capture the resonance held within a single frame so that it breaks out of its confinement and resonates within the viewer. I have stated before that I felt photography was more about a conversation I was having with myself. Now I am edging toward realizing that photography is a conversation I am having with the viewer.